You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of The Voice AFTERBUZZ. I'm Christian Rosenberg, and joining me on the phone right now, a beautiful, incredibly talented woman who sang her way all the way to the final 10 on The Voice. Tess Boyer right now is joining me on the line. Tess, how are you doing?
Hi, good, thank you.
Oh, thank you for taking the time to join us. I wanted to ask you, right off the top, what do you feel is a more competitive setting? Being up to, in the final 10 of The Voice, or competing for a spot on an NFL cheerleading squad? Because you succeeded in both.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely different. Being on a cheerleading squad with the NFL is, there's guaranteed spots for several different girls because it is a team. It was a month-long tryout process, and it was very mentally and physically taxing. However, it does not compare with the crazy ride I've been on since, I guess, July of last year. It's been the most amazing experience of my life. I have met some of the most beautiful people. I have worked with huge superstars and huge names in the industry, and all while keeping my head straight and staying sane. So, yeah, it's a lot different. I mean, it has its similarities in regards to the whole competitive aspect and competing for a spot, but it definitely has its differences as well.
Sure. and you were talking about how, like, working with such world-renowned celebrities. You had what I believe is you're the first person to actually have an opportunity to work with 3 coaches. There were points where you worked with Shakira, Usher, and Blake. How do you compare the 3 to each other? Because obviously they all have their different styles in coaching, their singers.
Yeah, definitely. They are so different. And I did have the opportunity of making voice history and working with 3 of the coaches. But I would say Usher first is very innovative, and he is very involved in regards to making, having different approaches and different strategies and techniques. And Blake is one of the most genuine guys ever. You just want to sit down with him and hang out. Yes, he's coaching you, but you just want to have conversations about just other stuff. But he's really, really positive, and he is so about simplicity being key, which is, I find, wonderful, because to me, music really does lie in the emotion, and it lies in the overall belief and faith in the song rather than kind of all the vocal gymnastics you can do and all the tricks. But I really love that about Blake. And then Shakira is just one of the most perfect humans ever. I mean, she truly is so tender-hearted, so absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. I got to witness her singing in rehearsal with her baby in her arms, so that was one of the most wonderful moments I've ever had on this show. But she had so much faith in me, and she's so involved in every little step of the way. She likes to act as a producer in this show, and I find that so amazing.
Which one of the 3 did you feel was the best for your style, your singing style and your performance style? Did one of them stand out more than the others?
I would say that, honestly, the coach that I was with at that time was perfect for me at that time. I knew that I needed Usher to believe in me and to push me in the beginning, and then for Blake to kind of really help my confidence in this competition, and that's what he did during my battle with Jake. And then I knew I needed Shakira to really mold me into becoming this vocalist that I want to be. So.
And any regrets on leaving Adam in the dust and not letting him have you?
I I mean, obviously, as a woman today, I would have to say yes. It's absolutely a regret of not picking Adam, but not in a coach standpoint, just in the fact that he is Adam. He's such a great guy. He really is. We've had several conversations before every show, and he really is a true fan of mine, which I find awesome. So, I mean, I couldn't be with all four coaches, and I was really happy to be with Shakira in the end.
Sure. The instant save portion of this season, they changed it a little bit from last season. Now, all three of you guys are performing one last time before they open it up to Twitter for the Twitter saves. And you were saved last week based on the Twitter votes. I mean, what kind of emotions were running through your mind knowing that you start worried being in the bottom three, but then just, the super relief that the fans on Twitter saved you to move on for another week? I mean, what was going through your mind with all that?
I honestly have no earthly idea. I mean, it truly was one of the craziest life experiences ever. I know that I watched it back, and you could tell that I was just sick to my stomach in the fact that I could go home last week, and you could see it in my face all over. And hearing my name called out, I was so shocked. I was so relieved. I was so happy, but then I was so sad that I was losing two of my friends. It was just the most odd array and mix of emotions, but it was so perfect, and I worked my butt off for this week. Mm-hmm. And I was just so humbled and grateful to have another week in this competition with my friends and with the coaches.
And when you were in the bottom three this week, did you feel like you were almost kind of at a little bit of an advantage because you dealt with that pressure the week prior, so you might have had a little more experience in that situation over Bria and Kat?
I actually had that conversation with Bria before I stepped on stage before the last commercial break, and I said, I will tell you if I am in the bottom three, if that does happen to me, then I know how to mentally prepare myself and emotionally be grounded. And I said, so if that happens to you too, you have to know that you have to center yourself right before you step on stage and not let emotions get the best of you. And she did. She did a great job. And I think that we all did. The whole bottom three was just such a powerhouse group of vocalists. And it was really a shame, me as a fan of the show, watching this and saying, wow, I can't believe we have to lose two of these three great women.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were talking about, like, here on our regular show here, once we got to the final 12, once we got to those live shows, all of us were pretty much unanimous in saying, like, we don't want anyone going home. Can we just watch all 12 of them perform for the next 6 weeks and just be happy with it? Because everyone on this show this season is just so incredibly talented, and it's almost unfair that we got to, like, get rid of some people. They're like, oh, but we need to have a winner, and that's not right. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, no, it is right. I agree. The whole top 10 that we had is such a strong group of vocalists, and if I were not in this group, I would be the same way. Watching the show, I would say, well, I don't know why we just can't have 10 winners, because literally everybody's so good and so unique. Yeah.
Now Team Shakira is only down to one performer. Kristen is who remains on Team Shakira. Do you think that she has the ability to get to the, well, it's hard to say the ability because everyone has the ability on this show, but do you think that she has the fan base and everything to be able to reach the finals?
Honestly, absolutely, yes. Kristen is such a wonderful person. I adore her. My family adores her. She has a great, great voice. She's different. She also has all of Shakira's fans. I mean, Team Shaki and Shaki fans are so invested in everything that Shakira does. So I'm really excited to see how she's going to really climb through in this competition.
There was I don't know. I found it quite funny over Twitter because I follow you on Twitter and everyone else can at Tess Hannah Music. There was an issue that you had maybe about a week or so ago about not having a closed-toed shoe to rehearsal, and you were posting photos and didn't seem too happy about the shoes that they gave you. I was just kind of curious on the story behind all that.
Yeah, so I honestly didn't pack any closed-toed shoes with me. I wear a lot of wedges and then just like sandals, and it's a rule at stage to bring closed-toed shoes so you don't get hurt or you don't step on something, for safety precautions, not for fashion precautions. But they found out that I didn't have closed-toed shoes, and I think wardrobe, they really joke around with me a lot because I spend a lot of time there. Believe it or not, the outfits that we have take quite a bit of time rearranging and figuring out. So I'm really good friends with the ladies in wardrobe, but they knew that I would never wear the shoes that were given to me for this rehearsal. They were like wedged sneakers that look like awkward wrestling shoes, and I had to wear them in front of Hi-Hat the first time I met her. And then the rehearsal after that, I still didn't have closed-toed shoes because it's not like I can just go out and buy a pair or, have somebody bring me something. So they brought me the same pair of shoes, and Kristen felt it necessary to document that.
Yeah, and actually that brings up a good subject. I mean, what is it like being, you guys are pretty much just either like on set or in your hotel room. Like they generally don't let you go out and do anything unless there's a camera crew with you. I mean, what was that experience like?
I mean, honestly, it was difficult at times because you miss your family and you miss driving and you miss the daily routine of life. But at the same time, it's so nice because you can really just take time to yourself and focus on your song and not get distracted with meeting up with people or being able to go everywhere that you please. So there is definitely reasons, and I totally see them, and I'm so grateful for those. But I will tell you that the first thing that I do when I go home will be get into my car and literally just drive for hours.
Just drive around, blasting music and driving.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So before you got on The Voice, you were studying, pre-law, and you were working with special needs children. Are you planning on going back to that, or are you going to go, full force into this, this whole little singing thing?
Well, honestly, I want the singing career. That was the goal ever since the beginning. The pre-law was a lot of like a back burner sort of thing. I don't know exactly what my plans are as soon as I get home in regards to my future, but I do know that I want to cut a record. I want to tour. I know that people know me, and they know that I am not done, that this is the beginning for me, that this was only an opportunity and a door for me, and that God has huge plans for me, so I'm really, really excited to see what's in store for the future.
That's awesome. And if you could, if you're going on that tour and you come out, to the LA area, we'd love to have you here performing, live in studio and all that fun stuff. So, you're always welcome here.
Well, thank you. I would love that.
Yeah, well, we can make that happen. Don't you worry. You just let us know when you're in town. Okay. We'll figure it out.
As long as I don't have to wear the shoes. So
I'll have to talk with our producers.
I'm not wearing those.
I'll have to talk with the producers to make sure that's okay. I'll try to pull some strings for you.
Okay, cool. Okay, thanks.
Actually, our engineer just gave me the thumbs up in the background, so I guess you're good. Any shoes you want.
Yeah, perfect.
Who do you feel is going to end up winning this thing? Do you think it's going to be Kristen, or do you think it's going to be someone else?
I'm not really sure. I know America is kind of weird in the way that they vote for people, so I will tell you that all of the 8 people that are left are truly wonderful artists, so talented, and completely deserving of a win, every single person that's left. I will tell you that Christina is one of my closest friends in the competition, and then Kristen is on my team. So if I were rooting for somebody, in a sense, I would have to go with Kristen because she's representing the most beautiful and wonderful coach, and then also Grimmy because she is the third musketeer. So
that's awesome. Well, Tess, I know you're running around, traveling, being interviewed by all sorts of people, but I can't thank you enough for taking a few minutes to sit here and chat with us here at AfterBuzz, for all your fans that also watch The Voice and then tune in to our recaps here. So thank you so much for taking the time. You are an incredibly talented singer. You're a beautiful person, and I want you out here in LA as soon as possible. So
Okay, I can do that. I will be there. Thank you so much for having me, though.
Thank you, Tess. And again, everyone, you can follow Tess on Twitter at Tess Hannah Music. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. And for all your other AfterBuzz details, you can follow AfterBuzz on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Once again, Tess Boyer from The Voice, thank you so much for joining us today. And everyone, stick around for more interviews from the contestants on The Voice this season, as well as all your favorite after shows here at AfterBuzz TV. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.